Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. People don't go crazy. People don't go mad. People have forgot the superpowers we all have. We were born to love, not hate. We can decide our fate. Look for the good in everyone. Celebrate all our mistakes. There's a silver lining. Still have to find it, find it, find it. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. Always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good in everyone. Everyone needs sunshine. Everyone needs rain. Everyone is carrying around some kind of pain. I see who you are. You're just like me. I see you searching for a purpose, guided by a dream. I see who you are. I'm just like you. And I get lost sometimes and I forget what I came here to do. But I keep on trying. Keep on trying. And it gets my name. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will set your soul free. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone. All right, say hello to your neighbor.
Coming back to the song.
Everyone is nature. Everyone is God. Everyone is love and light and vibration. Look for the good. Look for the good. Everyone gets mad sometimes, and maybe they should. Look for the good. Look for the good. Yeah, look out for all the heroes in your neighborhood. Look for the good. Look for the good. Life sure would be sweeter if everybody would. Look for the good in everything. Look for the people who will save your soul. It always seems impossible until it's done. Look for the good. Look for the good. Look for the good in everyone.
Well, we are here at Victoria Truth Center, and I'm so glad that you are. And I know that we have some people in the audience here for the first time, which is so exciting. If I could invite you to stand up, I know that we have Audrey and Christina and Brenda in the house for the first time. So how is it that we like to welcome our new guests? Can everyone join me in a round? We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. Thank you very much. We are gathered in this New Thought Center called Victoria Truth Center to do the thing that we love to do every week, every day, all the time, which is to live life lovingly. And that is what our founder, Reverend Emma Smiley, loved to do for the 50 years that she reigned at 1201 Fort Street. And Rev.Lesia, who I'm standing in for tonight, is an incredible steward of this mission to live life lovingly. And it is, in fact, what we're all about here, to celebrate the truth of who and what we truly are, which is love. How does that sound to all of you? Yeah, we're here to celebrate some love. Spread that around. And as the meditation today by Sarah Blondin suggested, that love that we need to give ourselves first, so that we have it here within us, so that it can radiate out and ripple to those around us. So we're here to celebrate ourselves and each other and this world and the land and the people who steward these lands, the Lekwungen speaking people who have been here for thousands of years before us as settlers. And Lesia pulled these 3 key words from their website, the website of the Esquimalt song, He's Nations. So we're here to talk about their strength, the strength of their families, the strength of their lineage, the strength of their stewardship of the lands, and how they do that seemingly so effortlessly for thousands of years. The integrity that they have as a family unit to support each other and each generation as they pass along traditions, knowledge, and wisdom. And as we gather to do that, we are in fact honoring how they have survived for so long. And the vision that they have, the way that they consider 7 generations when making their decisions. How will this impact the next 7 generations if we choose this method or this practice or make this decision in how we care for the lands? So may we endeavor to do the same as we tend to these lands where we live and play and work. With so much gratitude, I say thank you. Hajka. We have a reflective tune from our band. After they play us a song, which I never know in advance what it's going to be, we're going to move into an opening blessing, so just hold your applause until the end. Thank you so much. Take it away, band. Beautiful, letting that music just wash over us. Feeling so much gratitude. As I hear that music, imagining each of the musicians in your path of becoming an artist, practicing and being able to play so fluidly. It's deepening in my appreciation for the path of an artist. Knowing that we are all artists, all creators of our life. That our thoughts impact our actions. Our actions are our life. Endless possibilities, as Rev.Lesia always likes to talk about, the infinite potentiality of who we truly are. Just breathing into that now. The infinite potentiality of who we truly are. I'm so grateful to know and to trust myself, to make decisions that are in service of my highest and greatest good. And as I know that for myself, I know that for each of you. How blessed we are. Thank you. And so it is. Would you like to share with us about the piece that you just played?
It's called Nighttime by Oscar Peterson.
Ah, yes. Nighttime by Oscar Peterson. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pablo, John, and Kelby. Now let's see what's next after our opening blessing. Ah, yes, we're going to talk about our monthly theme. Acceptance. Yeah. Can I get you all to stand up and say this affirmation with me, please? Are we ready? Here we go. At the doorway of peace lies the threshold of acceptance. Thank you. You may sit down. Now I know that we're only recently into the month. I think this is our second Elevate since we reopened after our August break. So some of you might be seeing this affirmation for the first time. But I'd love to know what comes up for you if you're reading this for the first time or if you've seen it already this month. I'd love to take a couple shares from anyone here tonight that would like to offer what they find in this affirmation, what it means to you.
I actually see it completely opposite. At the doorway of acceptance is peace. So I've read it 18 times and I still don't get that version. I go, oh, when I accept life, that's when I feel most peaceful. So I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I'm hearing that for you, I'll admit I read it that way as well, that I thought, oh, it's switched because acceptance has to come first before the peace. So I had a conversation with Rev.Lesia about it. And I said, so do you think that we have to first accept what is? And once we do, the gift of acceptance is peace. And so in fact, before you can move through the doorway to the other side, you have to step over the threshold. It is in fact the thing that is sort of like in the way of getting through the door and to the other side. And so, yes. Would anyone else like to share some thoughts about the affirmation? I'd love to hear from another person. Stephanie?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Except the cord only goes this far. What that brought up for me is when I think about my relationship with my son. And I notice that when he's doing his thing in the world, being his 13-year-old self, that when I accept exactly how he shows up and exactly how he doesn't show up, and it's actually a true, in my heart, acceptance, there's so much peace in our relationship and so much connection. And that's what that brought up for me. And it is like walking through a door every day as a parent, like witnessing him. And when I get to stand in acceptance, because my brain can go, why are you doing that? That's what it brought to me just now, reading it differently from last week. So I wanted to share that.
Thank you. It sounds like you're offering your teenage son the gift of like non-judgment. And in that you find richer connection. How beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yes, one more?
What is coming up for me when I think of peace, I see myself meditating and there's peace and peace. But I find if I haven't really got in touch with what's going on, and you could say the word accept, if I'm kind of like denying or not wanting to look at it, if I first journal, it comes out, and I may be surprised, or maybe I know that's been there. So for me to peacefully enjoy my meditation, and that could even be walking in life or being present with people, is to one of the ways is journaling. And but there are other ways, but I just want to speak about that, the power of journaling.
Thank you. What came up for me with this has been watching my father age, and how hard it's been for him to accept his brain disease and sort of remember that that's why he's not as capable as he once was. And doing meditations on acceptance has been the thing that has brought him some ease and some self-grace. And when I first saw this affirmation, I thought very much of his journey. And so as we deepen into our awareness of acceptance, which is what we're going to be doing this month, notice what comes up for you as you think about acceptance as a gateway to peace. And come share it with us next week. Back to the band. Pablo, John, and Kelby, what have you got for us?
Well, we picked a tune today that is a song that, as soon as Lesia and I started talking about the theme of acceptance, we came up with a couple doozy, heavy ones about accepting difficult things. We'll save those for later in the month. But this one seemed to be, kind of a lighthearted one. If you've ever seen the Harry Met Sally movie or heard that soundtrack, it's famous from there. And it's a wonderful love song called It Had to Be You, but you can also reimagine it about really just about anything in your life. The you could be a person, sure, you could like a romantic person, but it could also be like a vocation or a place that you wanted to be, or just about anything, with all your faults, I love you still. There's words in the song that I think are deep, Well, see what you think. Imagine it maybe as a person, or imagine it as a thing, like an entity that you can accept, that you can reflect upon and consider.
It can even be yourself.
It can, Thank you for that one. Yes. It had to be you. That's right. And all your beauty and mystery. Each of us. Okay, we hope you enjoy. It had to be you. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found the somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, or even be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, or never be cross, or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. Had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Could make me be true, could make me be blue, or even be glad, just being sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, or never be cross, or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I want you still. I had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. John Massey on the bass and Pablo Cardenas on the piano.
Thank you so much, Kelby, Pablo, John. Thank you. And if the band wants to take a break, please do. This is what came through for me as I thought about the theme of acceptance and what I might share tonight. I came up with a little interactive exercise that I thought we could play together as part of this talk tonight. And I started to think about how many times I need to hear, like the validation if someone were to offer me a compliment or tell me an appreciation. For it to actually sink in and for me to believe it about myself, I have to have that level of knowing about who I am in order for it to be real. But I'll tell you, if someone gives me a critique or some negative feedback, man, does that ever land like it's the truth? Like just one time out of the gate and boom, self-doubt sets in. Right out of the gate. But those compliments, man, they can just wash on by. Yeah, thanks. But actually believing them. And I had an experience this past weekend. My husband and I, Kevin, traveled to Orcas Island in Washington, and we attended the Imagine Arts and Music Festival. And I ran into some old friends from my years of living in Seattle. And I was getting some reflections from people that hadn't seen me in the 3 years since landing here in Victoria. And even just thinking about some of the things that they said to me, I'm noticing I'm getting emotions, and I'm feeling some tears come into my face. Because I had this experience after receiving some repeated feedback that, I wonder if this is true. Could I believe this about myself? Could I actually be so audacious as to believe that not only that I'm a good person, but that I am love, that I really am loving presence, that yeah, Stephanie, and so are you. As my friend Joe likes to say, I am loved, I am loving, I am love. She even made these stickers. We gave them out here at a couple of ceremonies that we had at the Truth Center over the holidays 2 years ago. We put them in all the journals. I am loved, I am loving, I am love. And what it means is that when you are open to receiving, when you allow yourself to truly receive from someone else, sometimes that can be vulnerable. To be that open. When you truly allow yourself to receive, that's how you know you're loved. And when you're in the act of giving, when you're involved in that reciprocity of giving something of yourself. Oh, the tomatoes are coming into harvest in our garden right now. And it's the sole reason why I wanted a garden. And I haven't had one since I left my home in Seattle in 2018, because Kevin and I moved onto a floating home where there's no land on a houseboat. And it took us a couple years to figure out the lay of our property and where a garden could go. So we finally got a garden installed this spring. And we've been harvesting these tomatoes, and in the receiving of all these tomatoes, all I want to do is like make a caprese salad for everyone who comes over, because the basil's still ripe. And this act of giving what you love, of giving of yourself, is so rewarding. I realize that in that, not only are you offering something to someone else, but you're the gift, which is kind of how you get to, I am love. I am just pure love. So this believing the good, and I thought about what are the steps to accepting that I'm good, that I am loved. How do we get there? How do we accept that? How do we accept that as our default operating system? And I thought, well, first, awareness. Right? Awareness is always step number one of everything. First, one has to be aware of the thoughts they're thinking and what they're having that mean. Because we're meaning-making machines. So we can have a thought, and if we don't attach meaning to it, just fly right away. And it's only when we attach meaning to it, we decide the narrative, that becomes our truth. That becomes our reality. So awareness of our thoughts. And then acceptance of what is. Simply acceptance. So in this case, awareness is, I see what is. That's awareness. And acceptance is, I allow it to be. I just allow it to be. And the third step, compassion. This is where we learn to have kindness towards all the things that are. I can meet with kindness the reality of what is through the growth of compassion, through the nurturing of a compassionate heart. And as I was walking through these steps, I realized that there has to be alignment with my values, my actions aligning with my values. And it's why it was so important when Lassie and I sat and met after the visioning forums, and we came up with the values of what we stand for here at the Truth Center. And it was important to identify that because it helps us make decisions as a board of directors on where we're going and what we're doing here at the center, making sure that our decisions in life are rooted in the values that we have. And so I find that this alignment step is the fourth of 5 steps on the way to peace. If, in fact, acceptance is the threshold and through the other side is peace, then peace is I rest in the calm. And there was a quote from, let me find it here in my notes, because it talked about the peace in a way that I really appreciated. Just going to put my glasses on here. Oh yeah, by Brianna Wiest. In fact, I was going to give you a reading at the end of the reflective song, but I left my book at home, my book called Ceremony. But I did add this quote into my notes. And Brianna Wiest wrote, "Peace isn't just a soft feeling. It's a strong boundary. It's saying no to chaos, even when it's familiar. It's knowing that calm doesn't mean boring. It means freedom." Calm doesn't mean boring. It's freedom. Yeah, that just felt like it opened up all kinds of space. Yeah. Now is the time for the You Are Beautiful blessings. You can open up this box, grab a blessing, close the lid, and pass it along. All right, just having us come back together to express our gratitudes and for this time that we're spending together. Grateful for all of you that have come joined us here tonight. So perhaps we can offer this generosity affirmation together. Regardless of how you give, of your time, of your attention, of your talent, of your treasury, let's say this affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly. And so it is. Yes. I love being abundant. I love being abundant with tomatoes in my garden, with friends to see, with music, live music, the vibration of which can just completely move all of the cells in my body. Speaking of which, my partner and I, Kevin, found this incredible contraption called a sonosphere, and it vibrates on this table, and you lie on it. And a normal massage table vibrates with 400 watts of power. This designer, Louisa Firethorn, made this with 10 400-watt vibrating machines that are all tuned to a pattern and vibrating at a frequency that resonates in your body. And it just moved all the cells in my being around. It was a very wild transformational experience. And it just gives me a whole new appreciation for live music and the way it feels in the body, the vibration of it. So, so grateful for the band. What's happening next? Oh, gratitudes and blessings. Look, I'm already ahead of the slide, everybody. For all of the people who played a role in tonight, can I ask you to please stand? The people that came early, like Denise and set up, and Glenn at the back, and Kevin, and our amazing band members. If I could have you all stand so we can appreciate you. Let's offer, we love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. You're going to kick us off with this closing song?
Yes, indeed. This is a beautiful tune by Eddie Watkins Jr., who we know in the musician world as being one of the great bass players from Herbie Hancock's band from Detroit. This is a great tune. I hope you all like it. I hope you'll sing along. Maybe you'll want to get up and dance. Say hi to each other in the middle. This is All Is Well. There'll be words coming up on the screen, and I invite you to sing along. Here we go. I'm not worried about tomorrow.
You got it?
Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? I change my reality, I change in my mind. Perfect peace, joy and happiness is yours and is mine. I am lost, so are you. Don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now, right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. Take a moment to bless your neighbor. All right, everybody, here we go. Here we go. Let's sing this one out. Here we go. I am clothed in the Spirit. I am fed by the divine. I am one with all that is. My soul is free from time. I am blessed, and so are you. And don't good to know that all is well. Let's sing that again. All right. All is well. One more time. All is well and unfold.